Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is the Engendered show, and just like I said earlier on, today's episode promises to be an interesting one because we'll be doing something different this evening, which is discussing the trends on the social media space, the happenings, the G's, the bass. That is all we'll be discussing today. So, Nigerians, obviously we are facing, the heat of the current economic situation. So today, we need to wind down a little bit by discussing the social media trends. Nothing serious, but to top up our sense of humor a little bit, to loosen up the tension, the stress, and all that. I won't be doing this discussion or conversation alone. We have an in-house guest that will be joining us in this banter or conversation, and she goes by the name May Honda Aisha Nuruddin. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining
Your
us.
name is beautiful, by the way, May Honda. I've never
Actually,
heard that
I
name
asked
before.
her because it sounded like a name that is, related to cars. May
Honda.
I was like, okay, is your father related to, the car business? And she said yes, but there is a story behind that.
Yes, behind that, May Honda.
Okay, please, just tell us, just give us a quick gist.
Okay, let me make it sharp. So my grandpa in his let me say community, he was the first person to purchase the Honda.
Oh, are you serious? We have like the third generation. We have the third generation table for my Korean people.
Oh wow, that's good. May Honda. So who's going to bear May Camry? May Benz.
Thank you.
So how is the economy treating you? I just want to ask for asking sake, because obviously you don't look like someone
exactly. You are shining.
So how are you handling the economic situation?
Yeah, the economic, it's bad, but still there are hopes, and we thank God, and we pray everything will be settled down anytime soon.
This evening, news from the central bank urging Nigerians that business will soon bounce back to normalcy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, is this an assumption or a fact? Should we believe that?
They are trying their best. I
Believe
believe they are trying their
Yes,
best.
yes.
The hope of Nigerians.
We should definitely maybe look forward to something, because at this point, if we say we are not looking forward to anything, really is there what? Either look forward to it or don't. Just look forward to it anyways.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's lack of hope.
Yeah,
And lack of hope
frustrated.
really is not is a bleak world without hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let us
keep being hopeful.
Yes.
The Tinubu's administration has promised us a renewed hope agenda. So let's keep renewing our hope on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Who knows? Obviously, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. I believe that. All right, let's go to the first gist we have today on the social media trend.
Okay.
It is coming from a successful businessman, and he said, "Why I can no longer live with my wife." Now, let's delve into this gist to know the reason behind this statement. Now, I read it. I'm a married man with 2 children. Now, in 2003, my wife and I were so broke. Despite our financial troubles, she was from a financially stable family. She is the last born and only daughter in the family of 5. I have always wanted to make money in a legit way, but I lacked enough startup capital. Now, one evening, my wife came home with ₦500,000 naira and gave it to me so that I could start the business I had always wanted. I asked her where she got the money, and she told me one of her aunties who resides in Canada sent it to her after she told her what we were going through. Few months later, I found out from her friend that she had actually stolen the money from her mother, who is a successful businesswoman, and had given the money to her to take it to the bank. But then she lied to her that she had bumped into thugs who snatched the money on her way to the bank. Her mother understood and thanked God the thugs didn't hurt her only daughter. Now, this hits me so hard because I didn't want to start my business with stolen money. This gender. It was, however, too late because I have already invested the money and the business was booming. Okay, you use the money, I mean you don't use the money.
But you didn't know now.
Calm down. In 1 year, I have fully paid back the money to my wife, who went and gave it back to her mother. But I didn't even mention to her that I knew how she got the money. It has been over 24 months now, but I have totally lost trust and love for this woman, because if she managed to steal money from her own mother, then what about me? I can't even trust her with my property because she is a thief. Wow. Yes, the money she stole from her mother helped me to start a business that became very successful, but I didn't know that it was stolen. Otherwise, I would have not accepted it. Honestly, I want her out of my life before she steals my money too. How do I end this relationship without hurting her? I want this to end in a good way.
How will that end in a good way?
Like,
I mean, I don't condone, I'm just going to say, I don't condone what she did, because that's a very, very bad thing. How will you do that to your mother? But I'll say, I think she loved him too much.
yes, what do I say? Like, people do say love is blind.
Yeah.
But like female, like women take like love, like it's their everything. They can actually sacrifice everything to make their partners like, I don't know.
This is a woman being trying to be supportive in every way she can.
But
and she went beyond.
He thinks it's not legit.
The thing is that if he really, really, really did, you know, have some sort of affection for her, he would talk to her about it. What's the?
And then settle things amicably.
Is this not a marriage? Is it a relationship?
Are you kidding me?
Is it that easy?
And maybe she got this money from the opposite sex. What would you say?
Another thing, another problem entirely. I don't know. I think this is the case, severe case of love. That's my own.
She so much loved this man.
Yes,
she wants him to be successful by all means. I feel like it's a severe case
of love.
Going extra mile to make sure that he gets this money to start the business. Now you've gotten the money. Okay, she stole the money. The business is booming. Okay, what's your problem?
Because you hear cases, you hear instances of women doing absolutely crazy things. You know, I heard like there was one where I think we were in school, and then it was just like a game. Okay, just tell me the absolutely crazy thing you've done for your partner. And somebody said that they are giving their partner, I think, like 1 million or something. I was like, huh?
Wow.
Wow. How?
Like,
this is not even this is not a marriage. This is not even a marriage yet. Just relationship.
That's one thing about women. Then the male are very judgmental, to be honest.
Of course they are.
Like, she did this for you guys. You guys were broke, like broke. Yes. Who will survive a like broke? Yeah, broke. He even admitted it. You are broke, and she stayed. She even helped out and like did something. Yes, it was bad, but she brought up something.
You know, let's see it from this perspective. I think the woman, while she stole that money, was that she was trying to, like, you know, protect the husband's ego. She cannot just walk up to her mother and say, please borrow me money so that I can give my husband to start up a business. She was trying to protect his ego. Now it's a problem. Now that she thought, okay, let me just, you know, steal this money
and give it to him.
She didn't even tell her parents that, okay, this is what we are going through in the family. Still protecting the man's ego. Now it is a problem because she stole the money.
Yes.
What exactly does this gender want? That is what
I think he should just talk to the wife, because if he really had some sort of affection for her.
Exactly.
I don't know.
This is not something that will make you divorce this woman.
I can't say too much about married people, because
I don't have
because they'll come and attack you now.
That one day she may steal his money also.
His money. The same money she brought for them to start up a business. That now becomes
he can't trust her with his property.
I fear we no fear that. All right, let's move to the next one, Bukola.
Okay. Now, media personality lambasts those who accept food during a condolence visit to bereaved families.
Wow.
No.
He said, don't fight me. When you go visit the bereaved, do you have to eat?
Okay.
Can't you sit with them for some time and leave?
Okay.
Even if they offer you food, don't you feel somehow eaten? They are mourning, for goodness sake. Why are you adding to their bills? No food in your house.
Okay.
And people, someone now replies, say, well, you see some habits have follow come. Hospitality is in some people's DNA and those around them. Sometimes the food comes from others that support the bereaved to help appreciate guests whom have come to sympathize with them. Now imagine how you not accepting the food will be perceived. That's another aspect now. So okay, she now said they should perceive it anyhow.
Of course.
Chowing amala when you went there to comfort them is somehow. I'm not talking about the burial, it's the visit, condolence visit, but your lips are greasy from tearing meat.
Okay, so what she's saying now is, if it's a burial, you can eat.
Well, because burial, that's it's different. Okay. But then when you actually go to their homes, just to all those pre-burial visits, and just and some people will still eat there. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about it, but I feel like
I don't know. Some people will even tell you that they are not satisfied.
Yes. Like,
come on, that's not normal.
How will you do that? How you go to someone's home? I mean, on this, I think I would kind of support her because I'll just feel somehow eating. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't even have that appetite. Aisha, what's your contribution on this?
Okay, like how someone replied to what she said. In some cases, those people will feel somehow that they brought something to you
and not eating.
You are not eating.
Yeah.
Some people may think out of this box, like it's not because of the burial. Maybe he's thinking that there's something. Maybe we are not qualified enough to give him something. He's feeling himself people.
People will always be people, and everyone is entitled to his or her opinion.
Yes.
Just do you. For me, I am not eating. I came to pay you a condolence visit, and that's it.
Maybe water. Water is okay.
Exactly, it's okay.
But a full-blown meal, like you're tearing
like there are some cultures, like when someone dies, they will celebrate it. It's not that they are celebrating. They are celebrating
the age. Okay.
No, but did you see the video that was trending online about yesterday or 2 days ago? It was like a full-blown, they were dancing and they said someone had died.
Yes,
like when my grandma died, she died at the age of 101. For crying out loud, that's the celebration of life. This is not tears of sorrow, it is tears of joy. And we danced like as if we're partying because we're happy that she lived a full life. And our prayer is, God, let us live up to that age. You get that kind of burial, you eat, even if it's condolence visit, you can't eat. This is celebration of life. For crying out loud, someone that's like a child or that just graduated from the university died. You're going to pay a condolence visit and you are chewing amala according to the media personality. You are tearing chicken,
tearing meat.
Please.
So this one, she should just differentiate
it.
I think everybody in their own opinions.
Yes,
anyway,
they will just do
that. But to me, it is wrong. Pay the condolence visit and
move out.
Home. If you must take anything, at least water.
But me personally, if it's my family member, I'll eat too.
Your family member is different. Someone that is related to you.
Yes. I go to their house.
Different. But a stranger,
no. Like a stranger, please learn some manners, even if it's not in you.
Try to control your appetite, please. All right, let's move away from that and to the next social media trend. Now, this is okay. It says, ladies rejoice as media personality Ademola explains why men should stop giving the women they love money. I don't understand. We should rejoice. Let me read further. Always giving women you are in love with money is cruel and demeaning. You can't be in love and always psychologically tell your woman she needs spoon feeding. Always giving her money is basically telling her she is not wise enough to make her own. They really don't like it. Stop.
Speak for you.
Anti-media personality. Speak for yourself. For crying out loud, what do you mean giving your woman money is cruel and demeaning? Are they complaining? Why? I know where the angle she's coming from. Okay? You shouldn't be a woman that depends solely on your man financially. You should also have your own means of income, whatever business or working. But you saying a man shouldn't give his woman money at all. Are you a witch? Are you an enemy of progress?
The thing is that I don't.
Sounds somehow.
Like, I mean, everybody on their own, but it's just that if you, I will not say if you, but sometimes it's like you said, the point she's coming from
Yeah.
is that it creates dependability.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
for
yes,
someone
yes.
that always gets, but then you know who you are in a relationship with.
Yeah.
So if this person is someone that wants to be spoon fed, spoon feed, spoon feed them, because we have different types of ladies. You know, you have
Yes.
ladies that would, even if a partner should, you know, give them regular, say, oh no,
Say,
just
"No,
you
thank
know,
you."
okay, maybe when we go out, you can foot some bills,
Yes.
but like not so much. But it's like nowadays, ladies, but bring it anyhow.
But then to me, I
They
think
want to be spoon fed,
the
but
spoon feeding or spoon fed shouldn't be one-sided.
Of
I
course.
give,
Yes,
you
you-
also
but
give.
yes,
Yes,
of
yes,
course
yes,
now.
yes.
But the thing is, you know, we live in a society where it feels like the man is the provider.
Yes.
So it feels like he always has to provide.
Like,
He always
like
is
me
the
time,
already a
one.
norm.
Yeah, and you know, like talking about this issue now, I think before we came into the studio, I was watching like a video of this popular Black American actor, and he was crying. He was shedding tears, and he said that men cry. Men cry
Yes.
because it seems like that he now said that when something happens, maybe when a woman miscarries, you know, everybody shows love to the woman, but he said, oh, men also feel the pain. Men also feel the pain.
So they
So
don't
just
cry out
yeah,
sometimes.
just they can't cry because we live in a
Yes.
society where crying out is like you are not a man.
Yes, you are weak.
So I mean, just on this topic, ladies, treat your men to, so they will not be saying what they're always spoon feeding us. What are they?
That's it.
Ask her.
Well, I still stand on my ground. As a woman, have your own means of income.
Income.
Don't depend financially on a man totally. He gives you fine, he doesn't give you fine. And the giving shouldn't be one-sided. He gives you, you also
Okay.
give.
Give him.
Let the giving be a kind of a reciprocating.
Yes, you must not give him like the way he gives you, but there are some
Just give
things that
something.
like you do. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can give in equal measure. It doesn't matter as much if you have.
Based on your capacity.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
exactly.
you
It
can
shouldn't
give in
be a
equal
kind of a
measure.
competition.
Yeah, it's not a competition. Yeah. So okay,
Alright.
the one I have here is truck driver distracted by TikTok
Okay.
sentenced to 22 years in prison for killing 5 in a crash. This TikTok is becoming a menace. I'm sorry to say. I mean, it's fun and all, but how?
People are overdoing it. And they said too much of everything is bad.
It's bad.
You are driving for crying out loud.
See.
How?
You are TikToking.
And a truck, for that matter.
And killed five people.
This punishment is too small. 22 years in prison.
Ah.
Will those life be resuscitated? Will they come back? Those lost
No.
life? Will they come back to life?
No.
Life
Like-
imprisonment, so that it will serve as a deterrence to every
Yes,
other
to
person
every
that
other
wants
person
to
that
portray
does
such
that.
habit. TikTok, you can do it anytime. It should be at your leisure
Yeah.
time. Not when you are
When
carrying
you
out
are
a
important
serious task.
tasks.
You are TikToking
Ha.
on the road.
Driving.
Oh, that's
May their
bad.
soul red. May their souls
That's
rest in
bad.
peace.
Please let's know how we handle our social media
Yeah.
platforms or whatever. There's time for everything. Do things at the right time so that you won't regret your actions.
You're not the
Okay.
only one living in the world.
Like,
Other people
seriously.
are.
Okay, so let's move to the next social media trend. I think this is what is trending now. South Africa, within South Africa and Nigerians. Now, they say South African farmer reveals he tackles boredom by requesting rights in Nigeria. Like this boat ride is a kind of a
Yes,
competition
yeah,
between Nigerians
yeah,
and South Africa.
okay.
They're trying to know who orders the boat or who
Boat.
books boats the
Yeah.
most. Like,
No,
I
the
understand.
trend is that
Yeah.
you know that when you want to order boat,
Okay.
if you put like an address that has the same like the same name as another place in like maybe South Africa,
Okay.
you'll see it there.
Yeah.
So this person now lives in South Africa, obviously, but just to cure boredom, you will now put maybe that same address
That is in Nigeria.
they will now be calling you, mommy.
It's not see finish. Like, what is going on?
He now brought it online and said he does it. Now Nigerians now are doing it to South Africa,
Oh,
and you know Nigerians, they no lose guys.
They know they carry
They
last.
are ready for this competition.
Trust me, they will overdo it. And they will eventually win.
I saw one person say she has ordered something in Johannesburg. She has ordered TV. I mean, everything is crucial.
Oh my God. Wow. This is really serious. I mean, I've been seeing it since yesterday, South Africa and Nigeria, trying to know who books the boat more. I've been serious. You're killing boredom by booking boats. And then someone will say there is no money in this country.
That's
Really?
But they won't pay now. The boat driver will just call them.
Oh,
say,
they're catching cruise with the boat driver.
Yes, now.
Kidding me.
Okay, you didn't see. Okay, this part, the boat driver was like, okay, I saw one where the boat driver was like, he said, I'm here. He said, here, where? He said, here. Okay, go into the police station. Allow them for food.
Nigerians, forget it. Our sense of humor is top notch. You can't beat us. You can't beat us.
You cannot know. It was so funny. I was just laughing.
All right. Since it's for fun, let the fun continue.
Please, don't be too fun, please. Before someone will go enter somewhere that they don't know.
All right.
Anyways,
take us to the next one.
Okay. Another one here is that this lady, a vlogger, says, sorry, I can't be with a man that doesn't know someone to call. You can't have me queuing or joining a wait list anywhere.
Okay. Meaning she can't date a man that doesn't have connections. He must be loaded.
He must be loaded.
So what stops you from being loaded?
Loaded yourself.
What stops you from
being that person that they will see and say, oh man, fly everybody and go to the front.
What's the bill for us? Pay for every other person.
like it has been in everybody's mentality now. In Nigeria, there's nothing you can do without connection. You can't do anything. You must have that connection. Without that connection, you are going nowhere. That's the mentality that most of people adapt this time. So I guess she's trying to say she wants a man who knows someone, at least
a ready-made man.
Yes, there's someone he can call for something.
No, but the thing is, I think in Nigeria of today now, there's no how you won't say you don't know someone that knows someone that knows someone.
Yes,
because we are always in one unit or the other, either at work or at home, or place or in your church, in your places of worship. You usually just know someone that knows someone that knows somebody, and that's how you keep on knowing someone.
Do more of networking. Some people are kind of reserved. You need to be social. I wanted to say something. Now, if I don't have a problem you having such aspiration. That's okay. You need a man that has connection, that is already made. And my question is, while you are aspiring to have this kind of a man, why can't you work on yourself to have this connection, to also be already made? That is where the spirit of dependence comes. Why must it be demand?
Every
You're
time.
the woman. Can't you also have these connections? Can't you be rich? Can't you be wealthy? Can't you be rich, independent oga wife? Can't you be that?
There's this say that what's for you as the woman is yours, and your husband
is ours,
or your partner is for everybody. That's it.
Okay. It's all right. So please, let's do away with this depending feeling and all that. Strive to have your own. And by the time, God grants you that your aspiration, it becomes double. You have yours. Your husband is also already made. And life goes soft.
You find that the harder you work, the more luck you have.
The
more things you seem to have. So just work hard for yourself.
Moving on to more social media trends. Now, this one is called the more trend. I've been hearing about this trend.
I've been hearing about it.
I really don't want to. Okay, let's see what it's talking about. Now, this is coming from a businesswoman telling socialites like Nadia, Vicky James, and others. She said, why believers need to be very careful about jumping on trends. These days, I can't even count the number of trends we have.
They are very fast.
On a daily basis, the trends keep trending. You see this particular thing today, tomorrow we are seeing something else, and people keep following, as in they are up to date with these trends.
They are very updated.
Okay, let me read further. She said, we believers need to be very careful about jumping on trends. Yesterday, I found out the source of the very demure trend is a trans person. Guess what? Due to the popularity of it, this person has made a lot of earnings, which will be used to finance his full transition. May we not be caught praying while we indirectly finance what we are praying against. Selah. If you like, stay there and be saying it's not that deep. This is a message for everyone. I don't have an issue you following what is trending, but then let's be cautious. Whatever you are following, whatever trend you are following, let it not be a kind of trend that will, make you deviate from certain things you believe based on your religion, as a Christian, as a Muslim. You do things that will not like fall back to you in a negative way. Because I think that's the message she's trying to pass. She doesn't have an issue with you following trends, but follow trends that will not come and overtrend your life.
There are people like doing this. Some trends, like, it may be very harmful.
Of course.
Like, there are many trends that happen that they were very harmful, and people have been against it, preaching about it. Don't do this. Some are even demonic.
Exactly.
But people, once you get followers, likes, they will do it anyway.
And some trends, you don't see the aftermath. That's the consequences immediately. It will be later on. Probably you've even forgotten that you involved yourself in this kind of a trend, and then you begin to receive the consequences or repercussions. So let's just be cautious of whatever trend we are following on the social media. Okay, Nicola, take us through the next.
Okay, now another trend we want to talk about here is this. Okay, my 6-year-old daughter's academic performance has deteriorated since we moved from Nigeria to the UK. Photographer cries.
Okay.
UK. I know that England is in the UK, and now they colonized us. So I don't understand. Let me know that. So I don't understand.
I'm just
how.
trying to understand.
Okay, anyways, let us go straight into the matter. The person says, please, parents here, how are we coping with the school curriculum in this country? My daughter just finished year 1, and sincerely, she's worse academically than she was before we came here. All they take seriously is phonics, story along. What are we doing? What can I do? My daughter could read 1 to 999, a multiplication table at 4 years old. Now she doesn't remember what's next after 199.
Okay.
And doesn't even remember 2 times 1 at 6 years old. Fear don't they catch me,
Okay.
One person now replied, said, I think say now only me, I'm becoming scared. I feel all they go to school to do is play, draw, and color. All my kids look like they were better off academically while back in Nigeria to me than currently. The guy now then replied and said, you can't imagine the volume of cardboard and paper pieces in the house from art and craft. Oti Sumi, craft and phonics is all they do.
Okay.
Now,
I think it was one episode on the Engendered where I asked this question: do you prefer training your child that's educationally in Nigeria or outside the country?
Nigeria?
And then our guest was like, she preferred giving them the education basics here in Nigeria, and probably high school or a higher institution, they go outside the country.
Yes.
And I subscribe to that. Because
to
I mean, out there, they just play, just like what he said, teach them phonics, how to speak, with the way they speak, and that's it. But here in Nigeria, there are things we teach them, like the writing, the multiplication, and all that here at the, is it crèche or prep or nursery? You get?
No, but one thing I find is that yes, they do the rigorous things in Nigeria, but now, like I've heard like one or two people complain to me that even now in Nigeria, they are having this issue because people are now just paying exorbitant amount of money and then they are not getting the value of what they are paying
for.
You see, I'm not saying the children are not, you know, getting educated or something, but it seems like they are not on the same level as we were when we went to this same primary school, this crèche
age.
But if you are not okay with it, bring that back.
Exactly, bring
Like,
that back.
People
Our
should
country is
understand the way Nigerians like teachers and the way they do
there
is quite different.
Very, very.
Them, I think, for
but should
in
it
my own
be because we're
understanding,
always following their curriculum? Should it be?
they do
Because
things
colonize
based
us,
on,
Yes,
right?
based on
but
what
yeah.
you have. It's like they are trying like to bring out that person's like how
Okay,
would I
what the
even say?
person is interested
Interested
in.
in
their
their
ability,
yes,
Okay.
what they can do.
Okay.
They are more invested in,
In that.
That's why every time
Okay.
their own is more. Their
Yes.
teaching is more of practical.
Yes.
Than
Trying to know the kind
yes,
of skills that
skills
child
that
can-
you have.
Okay.
That's it for them. And cases that people are even having it here, we are trying to adapt that
Yeah.
kind of way they do teach.
But the guy was complaining that they only teach only phonics.
No. But the
I
thing
mean, the
is,
little multiplication that the child knows
no,
how to.
but
recite
coming
is
from our point of view now, you see the point. Because we have a lot of people that are educated in this country, went to school the highest level, but see, the country is not progressing. Nothing
Yes.
is going forward. You have to bring up children to know where they fit in the society, and not just, you know, just academics.
Yeah.
You see people excelling in other aspects of life, sport, musically, in
Yes.
other aspects. So I mean, I guess I understand this like, you know, this form of teaching, because it makes you realize what your child is interested in earlier on, so you can groom them in that line.
Well, I think that this line of teaching has to do with age limit. You can't start teaching a child that is a year and 6 months, 2 or 3 years, skills and all that. I think that's where this man is coming from. You need to learn how to, you know,
Multiply.
At least
The very basics.
Also start teaching how to repair things and all that.
With
But then,
stubborn paper
we're still
and
saying the
papers.
same thing. If you're not okay with the school curriculum there, bring the child back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
By the time the child learns how to read, recite multiplication and all
Yes,
that,
yes,
then
yes.
you take the child
Take
back
them
to the
back,
high school and high
yes. That's if they don't forget again.
I'm not sure they will forget. All right, viewers, I'm sure you're having a swell time in this banter. Let's take a break, and when we come back, the Engendered show will continue. Do stay with us.
Do you want wider patronage of your goods and services?
Do you want your goods and services to have traction?
Do you desire to make more sales and increase your return on investment?
Captain TV has got you covered, because you can achieve all this with reasonable amount of money.
With modest charges, we are the best around here for advertising and product promotion.
Whatever you want to say it for us on Captain TV.
We are a global multimedia platform aimed at positioning the African viewpoint.
On Star Times channels 480 and 124, and free to air Nicomsat channels 12518. Simple rate 29500.
With crystal clear digital signals, we reach no fewer than 54 million viewers around the world. For advert bookings and sponsorship of programs, please call
Silas on 081 615 19559, Khadija on 070 713 72115, or Ruben on 080 234 47703.
Kaftan TV.
Imagine a beautiful world.
Thinking of where to get the latest information and in-depth analysis on news, events, and trending stories around the Federal Capital Territory? Or do you need a medium to showcase those amazing brands, businesses, and events of yours? Seek no more.
So this is about coming to a whole lot of posts and stuff.
And we got you covered. Tune in to channel 124 on Star Times at 10 p.m. West African time on Tuesdays and Thursdays to be informed on policies, news, reports, events, and their effects on the Federal Capital Territory.
Please, girls, let's be fast with our chores. It's almost time for Engendered. Girls, it's time for your favorite program, Engendered. Yeah, Mommy, we're coming right away. Sophia, turn off the gas. What are your fears as a woman? And what are your doubts as a lady? You think you're alone with those thoughts? Then welcome to Engendered, where we'll bring you discuss, interviews, previews, experiences, opinions, and issues relating to the female gender. This is Engendered.
Welcome back from that break, and we're still on social media trend. And now we're still talking on this dependency issue. It seems like it's everywhere in the society today, and it's hot topic. It keeps popping out one way or the other. So this other person now, I guess this is just like a response to another post that someone else made, another social media personality. So he said that I think BBL is a big investment with huge ROI. And the lady's response was, quite catchy, because she said, I dislike dumb women so much. You just finished school, no work. I guess this is in response to someone that used their money to do BBL. She said, you just finished school, no work, no business. The first 10 million that entered your hand, you did BBL. BBL.
And that's because I think she has someone she's already depending on that can foot her bills. Of course, because if you have responsibilities to show that you're taking care of your mom, your dad, your siblings, and every other ex-person in the house, the first thing that will come to your head when you get 10 million naira
is
you
to BBL.
So you think of investing that money so that it can yield more profits and enlarge whatever business you are.
Maybe she's thinking she's investing it when she has that perfect shape. Rich men.
But that's the thing. Well, let me continue. The lady then continued and said, some of you just think that you came to this life to be pretty and one messiah will marry you. No plans, no savings, no investment. Shaking my head.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense.
How do you do that? Like the first 10 million, no work, no business. The first 10 million that goes into your hand, and school. you just go and do BBL. Yeah, I'm not. I had this argument with someone before, because I believe doing something like that, for me, from my own perspective, anyways, is as if you have some sort of insecurity.
Yes.
But another person told me that they just want to enhance.
Enhance what?
I don't know.
You're telling God that the way you created me is not.
So from my own point of view, you just show that you have some sort of insecurity.
Yes.
But then, which level of insecurity is so big to cost 10 million?
10 million. Okay, even if you want to do that BBL, you you should have at least invested the money. And when
you do something,
then
you go ahead to do it.
It's your body.
It's your body, of course. You can do anything you like.
Like you can ask someone, they'll be like, what is 10 million that people are even talking about?
Right?
That's perspective.
That's it. We may see that 10 million that she used to do something that is
as big.
Yes, is like a huge amount of money. She will see it as nothing. Like it gives her it's like a life insurance for her that she has that body. Like you grow old.
Understand. So
anyways,
that body will attract rich men.
Yes.
And will come and marry you.
Yes.
And then you turn out to be a liability to the man. And by the time he starts mishandling you, mistreating you, start complaining that this gender is.
Yes. Sometimes women we cause trouble for ourselves, honestly.
Please, let's try and be financially wise. Especially with this current economic situation. Whatever money that comes into your hand, invest it wisely. BBL doesn't expire. You can always do the BBL.
You can always do it later after the money, has yielded you much more. Anyways,
let's move away from that. BBL people.
Away from that.
All right, this is another social media trend, and it says, "Dear men, why do many of you have reservations about marrying single moms?"
Here's another topic because
oh god,
why do they have reservations marrying single moms? But I think
we need a man to talk about this.
Yes,
because we would not know why they think that. Because but then it's perfectly okay for it to be a single dad. Okay, and the women should come and marry. But I guess they also have equal is equally as hard for them to get a wife too, for single dads, of course.
Yes, and it's very hard these days for single mom or dads to kind of remarry. It's very hard. It takes men.
It takes a lot. Takes a lot. Anyways, kudos to all the single men.
Like what you said, we really need a man to talk about this. Probably in our next episode.
It's a topic of its own.
We'll talk about that.
So, another one here says, Nigerian man advises ladies. Says, young lady, flee from the man that take instructions from his mother to run his own affairs.
There's a name we call this kind of people, mommy's boy.
Yes.
Even when you are married, your mom still controls the affairs in your house. Like how? And you call yourself a man. I am not saying you should disobey your mom, for crying out loud. There should be limits to your mother or your father's involvement in your affair. You are a man. There are your policies, your rules should stand. I mean, I don't know.
Like I personally would tell a woman to run away. No,
your leg should be touching your head, because this kind of people, there is nothing you as a wife can say. You will tell them that they will listen,
because they won't.
Definitely, if you tell them this, it will come out from here. The only one that stays in their ear is that of their mom.
Yes,
it's a problem.
And especially when that mom doesn't like you. No, but it's another case.
No, but the thing is, I believe this applies like generally. Flee from the man that takes instruction from anybody. I mean, not as if you can't take instruction, but like takes every unsolicited advice they hear from their friends, from their parents, from their siblings, and they take it seriously. Of course, you can hear an advice from your these people love you, from your friends, from your parents. Oh, okay, don't do it. But it doesn't mean now you should now start. You should become the rule in your house.
Whatever, when you have an issue, you involve.
You will not say, "Oh, this person said," and that's how this person said. What have you said?
As a man.
As a man, what are you saying?
I can't deal. I just can't deal. Mommy's boy. No, stay away from me.
And there are many women like suffering from this
Of course.
Yes.
It's not
I think that's like a very is a very big issue that a lot of people don't really like talk about, because eventually they find a way around it, and then you now know what the crazy thing is. And now seems like those women that are affected by those things not turn into those women that they are running from
right? In the nearest future. So please, just do what works for you. For me personally, I can't be with a man that always takes instruction from his man.
Yes, always.
Yes.
Be a man of the house. Let your words be the word in your house. I am not saying you should disobey your mom. I am not saying that, but there should be limits to your mother's involvement in the affairs of your home. You're a man.
Yes.
All right, let's take the next one now. This is coming from another media personality. Stay in your house. This is a media personality. Are you telling girls who wants to come and spend a week with him but doesn't like to cook? Ha! Okay, let me read further. You want to come and spend a week and you are telling me I don't like cooking at all, so we should be buying food every day. Fine girl, feeding to 2 mouths, 20k daily minus is even giving a calculation. All right, he said, madam, stay in your house if you can't cook. I don't really see the I don't like cooking as an issue. This is coming from someone else. Just make sure you have job and you are not poor. That's another person's perspective.
Yes now.
If I feed you today, you feed me tomorrow. I feed you next tomorrow. You feed me the following day. The feeding shouldn't be one-sided. You feed me, I feed you. Are you playing? Okay, so someone else say, 1-1. Don't come and put all your life on me for 1 week. If you are hungry, please enter kitchen. I mean, there are food stuff there. Now, why I buy food stuff? Cook for yourself.
So, I mean, this is a very girls when they go, to their partners, they see it as opportunity to just flex. But the thing is, you should know your partner. If it's a partner that maybe doesn't have much, you should try to be an understanding girlfriend. That's if you want to. Depends. If you love wife material. If you love this person so much, depending on you.
I think it all boils down to understanding.
Yes,
if you are a guy and you know that your girlfriend, your spouse doesn't like, it's not the cooking type, well, you should find a way around it.
Both of them.
I mean, cooking is not even only meant for the female. This is what we are trying to. You see this mentality. We are trying to eradicate it. It's erroneous. There is no particular home chores meant for a particular gender.
Yes.
A woman can cook. A man can cook. It is the same hand I have that you have as a man. If she doesn't want to cook, you can enter the kitchen. There is nothing stopping for bringing the understanding boyfriend at this point. Now.
Like,
help out. If you don't have money to spend outside,
women, they will be like, they are going to their boyfriend's house to go and rest for the week.
Exactly.
Their boyfriends will be like, my woman is coming. My stomach, my food is reserved.
Just imagine.
Everybody is just having their own expectations. That's it.
And then they meet in the day. Eventually, all do meet in the middle. So it's up to them. Yeah.
Last we go chop.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether we cook in the house or
you order out,
we must eat. So you just find a way around it and sort your issues.
So another one here says, why you shouldn't give birth to only one child? Man tells a species.
It's a species for
me. Not really species. Okay, say it now. It says no matter what you do, don't just have one child. Give them siblings. That's the only family they will have when you're gone. Cousins and aunts won't be there. Take my word.
Yes.
This thing I really resonate with it, because I would not right now, I'm reminded that when my parents are not here, my siblings are the only blooded, the blood relations that I really have. The only ones that I share actual blood with, actual DNA.
Fake blood.
I mean actual DNA. So I'm always like, no matter what, little sha. Even if you have disagreements, you have to, reconcile, because you don't want to be on this earth like alone. I mean, eventually,
But then you telling people not to give birth to more than a child, are you God?
Oh, there is that
down to our maker.
Yes,
so many people does that. They'll be like, when I get married, I just want one child, just want two. Yes, having too many children, for me, I don't advise you. Like, due to the situation, and if you know you can afford everything, not even affording financially, giving them that parental value. Yes. Better do not much, but you can't predict this is what I want. No, God may decide to even not give you at all.
Yeah, there is that too.
I think
there is that.
What I would say here is give birth to the number of children you can cater for.
Yes.
I mean, look at in the streets. We have this what do they call this?
Almajiri. Yes.
You just give birth. You don't care about the child's future. You don't even care how the child is going to survive, especially in this economic situation.
Yes.
Give birth to the number of children you can take
cater
care
for.
of. That is just it. And if you are praying, I mean, God said, when you ask, you shall grant you your desire. Yeah?
Yes.
You tell God, this is the number of children I want. Not you telling people, don't give birth to more than one, don't give birth. You are not God. What if you are asking God for just one?
Yes.
And he eventually gives you triplets? What are you going to do? Are you going to sell two and keep one? So it still boils down to God, our maker. And then if you are giving birth, God has given you that grace of being fertile.
Yes.
Give birth to the number of children you can take care of.
Yes.
So that at the end, they won't come and, start constituting nuisance in the society.
I feel like that is very important. Just give birth to what because eventually you see, parents that just neglecting their children and anyways,
mind you about those almajiris, sometimes it's not like there's no food at home, or you see there are some cases like rainy season, their parents do look for them, go back home, come and farm, we have our farm, come and do everything. Sometimes is that about the value. They don't have the value to give their children. Like when a boy misbehaves, they'll be like, gather up your things, I'll take you to one malam. That malam doesn't follow your children anywhere. Exactly. He's in one place. Some malams, those children will go and look for food, bring it to him, he must see and eat it. If the food is fresh and delicious, he will eat it and tell you, go and look for another one.
Wow.
So what are you trying to do?
Are you trying to say that some of this almajiri we see, it's like from the parents' side trying to discipline them, sending them to someone
into the world. Who is going to discipline your child for you?
Discipline your child. You are sending them to someone else.
That's their own. That's why.
Wow.
I'm not against it, but some illiterate household people are really illiterate.
No, I'm against it. Why can't you discipline your child?
No, I'm not against some household people, but that's their mindset. They'll be like,
such mindset is erroneous. No, I don't subscribe to such mindset.
That's it. If you can't,
my mind is just blown right now.
I'm just hearing this for the first time.
That's the reality.
Because you see it, but you don't really understand
what's behind it.
You don't really understand what is behind it. What
the suffering, and most of them end up being thugs. All these people,
of course, the problem we are having in society is most of it is coming from
them. And those parents doesn't have conscience. You will die one day. You will meet your creator.
That is what we are saying. Give birth to the number of children you can cater for.
Please try to cater for your children. Give them the very basics.
Don't take them to someone else. Wow. Well, may God help us. Aisha, it's nice having you on the show today. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you some other time.
Sure, ma.
All right, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the social media banter and conversation, and I'm sure you've learned one or two. I will leave you with this. In the aspect of giving birth, make sure you give birth to the number of children you can cater for, to avoid them being constituting nuisance in the society. Please and please. Till we come your way again, I am Confidence Ruben.
And I am Bukola Ogungoje. Remember, you are the first person you can depend on first. Good afternoon.
Bye.